Hi, today we're here to talk about the best supplement for sleep. I'll say that again, the absolute best supplement, in my opinion, for sleep. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Dr. Robyn, your sleep health coach and a clinical pharmacist. And I have had amazing results personally myself and with my clients using magnesium. So we're going to talk about that today. We're going to go over some of the clinical trials and the effectiveness of magnesium, the global crisis that we're having with a magnesium deficiency. We'll look at the safety profile, potential side effects, and then we'll go over some of the different types and ways you can take magnesium. This particular video was inspired specifically by the sleep doctor, and he went over some great ways to use magnesium and also 7 great tips for sleep. I'll put the link below in the comments. So number 1, we'll jump right into the clinical effectiveness. This has been a tried and true where multiple clinical trials have actually shown that this has been a highly effective treatment for insomnia and for improving quality of sleep. So one particular study was actually published in the Journal of Research in Medical Sciences, and it found multiple benefits of magnesium. It found that supplementing with magnesium improved like the time that it took you to get to sleep, how long a person stayed asleep, so that was the total sleep time, and it actually reduced early morning wakening. So if you find yourself waking up at 3 and 4 in the morning, the magnesium actually reduced those times. Another really good study was in a journal called Nutrients, and it confirmed that magnesium actually helps to regulate our major hormone, which is melatonin. And that's a major game changer because we know that melatonin helps us to get a good night's sleep every night. So just if you're looking some other things, meditation for sleep. I know a lot of people are looking to listen to sleep music, practicing self-care. If you can focus on improving the amount of magnesium that you're taking, you're going to find that you're going to get a lot better sleep. So what are some of the things that magnesium does in general in the body? So it's great for number 1, it's probably the best muscle relaxant on the planet in terms of a natural muscle relaxant. And this is great from head to toe, inside and out for all of our muscles, which when you're more relaxed, you're not holding that tension, you're gonna get that better night's sleep. It's also great for nerve transmission. If you find that you're overexcitable, it's a very calming, really substance for our nerves. It's great for cardiovascular health. And we'll go into some of the statistics in terms of the magnesium deficiency throughout the globe. We find here in America that cardiovascular disease is still one of our number 1 issues and diseases in America. And that really jives with the fact that we have tremendous magnesium deficiency, probably because we've been over agricultural practices to our soil. So our soils are depleted, making our food depleted. So it's a great supplement that we should really look into taking, of course, after consulting your healthcare provider. Some of the other great things, it's great for protein synthesis, DNA regulation, also detoxification. So you're definitely going to want to look into MAG. Specifically for sleep, we'll go into some of the reasons, maybe 5 major reasons that magnesium helps with sleep. We already talked about one, that was muscle relaxation. So now you're more relaxed and able to sleep. Nerve regulation, so you're not overexcited before bedtime. It's actually number 3, going to decrease cortisol. We know with high cortisol levels, it's impossible to get a great night's sleep. So it really calms those cortisol levels down. It helps stimulate our GABA receptors, and those are the fancy receptors in our brain that actually are a calm down signal for us, which is so important in the evening to get a good night's sleep. Finally, we already talked about too that it actually assists in melatonin regulation. So it actually helps regulate melatonin and produce melatonin too. So on a global scale, they think it's at least a 70% deficiency in magnesium throughout the planet, and at least 50% here in the US. So that is major and something very serious. This is why if you try some other practices, whether you're doing meditation, you're doing sleep meditation, sleep music, All of these things that we do to try and calm down in the evening, if our bodies aren't running on a proper status of minerals, which includes magnesium, it's going to be very, very difficult to engage in those practices. Now, the safety profile of magnesium is very, very safe. They give definitely dosage recommendations, and this is one of the safest ways to take it, magnesium glycinate. So this is definitely more gentle on the stomach, decreased nausea. I always tell my clients and myself, start low and go slow. So you can start at like 100 or 200 milligrams. This particular form, and I'll show you, is in capsule form. So if you literally need to open up the capsule and only take, and I'll show you, it's pretty easy to open. I'll open it up that quick. So you could just take half of this or 1/3 of this. So that if you want to start low and go slow with how much magnesium you're actually taking. So this, in terms of some of the other different drugs that people are taking for sleep, those drugs can be very, very effective. As a pharmacist, I know I've actually taken some myself, but I will say that their safety profile is a higher level of potential, side effects and danger when taking those compared to the magnesium. Speaking of side effects, there isn't as many side effects with this. So one of the major ones you want to look out for is diarrhea. So magnesium is a great way. In fact, some people take this on a regular basis just to keep a certain amount of regularity. So once again, you'll have to find the dose that works best for you. Start low and go slow so that you don't have issues with diarrhea, stomach cramps, or any types of nausea. Some people who are really don't want to go as far with the oral, and I'm actually one of those people. I prefer to limit the amount of oral supplementations I take. So we're going to talk about and go really deep into some of the different other ways you can take magnesium. So the first way is magnesium flakes. As you can see, I'm not only preaching, I'm almost out of these flakes. I'll have to run to the store and get some soon. This is a great way. If you don't want to take it orally, you can actually put this in your bath. You could also put this in a hand soak if you just want to soak your hands, or an evening foot soak. Your body will actually absorb some of this magnesium to really calm and relax you. If it's in a full bath from head to toe, it will relax all of your muscles and really soothe you into a great night's sleep. Some of the other forms of taking it is an oil spray. So a lot of people have mentioned to me that they have difficulty sleeping because they have aches and pains through the day. Now, if you have major serious aches and pains, you may need to actually visit your healthcare practitioner to really evaluate what's going on there. But if you know you have slight aches and pains just from the tension from the day, this is a good alternative where you will shake this, spray this directly on where the aches and pains are to get that relief before bed, because it's really hard to get that good night's sleep if you're in pain, if you're holding so much tension. So definitely look into that. One of the other great ways we have is a bath oil soak. This is another great way in the bath. So you're going to put a couple of, I believe it's a couple of ounces in this. So I usually just use a couple of capfuls when I put this into the bath. I like this too, either in addition to the flakes or sometimes just by itself. It's more moisturizing because it's oil-based magnesium. So it leaves the skin feeling really smooth, silky. I actually think it's kind of a beauty treatment. It helps relax any wrinkles that you're having or any tension. And then it really helps with that sleep because it's really giving that magnesium effect. These are some of the fancier, probably, I don't know, Mercedes-Benz versions of the magnesium. I always tell my clients, if you're out of town, if you don't have, your local store doesn't have the fancier versions, every drugstore and grocery store, even corner stores, will have this other form of magnesium. A lot of people don't know that Epsom salt is literally magnesium. This is called magnesium sulfate. Another great way, you could put a cup or two of this in your bath. It's actually a little bit cheaper than the flakes, so you'll probably get more bang for your buck, and still you'll be absorbing some of that for a great night's sleep to really relax yourself and get rid of that tension. So we'll just review some of the things we talked about today. Number one, Clinically, it's been shown in multiple clinical trials to really effectively help you sleep longer at night, get to sleep quicker, and decrease those early morning wake-ups. The magnesium does. Number two, we've seen that multiple throughout the planet, there is a global crisis of magnesium deficiency. So that's something you want to keep in mind. Definitely speak with your healthcare practitioner before starting a supplementation plan. But they'll probably really assist you and be on board because they'll know about 50% of Americans have this. Throughout the planet, it's about 70%. So this is something that we all need for health for multiple reasons. We talked about whether it's our heart, whether it's our nervous system, our sleep, our muscles. We need the magnesium. Number three, we talked about that it has a really good safety profile compared to using some of the other various harsher drugs in a long-term fashion. Definitely be careful of the side effects. That major side effect we talked about was definitely the diarrhea. You want to start low and go slow. Start with 100 to 200 milligrams. You can open capsules, even crush tablets, or do a half. And if you're going to be taking it internally, definitely the glycinate is definitely the best form in terms of easier on the stomach so you don't get stomach cramps or nausea. We talked about all the different forms. I can't hold them all up at once, but we'll talk about all the different forms of the magnesium that you can use if you don't want to go the oral route for using those. So hopefully you learned a lot about magnesium today. I have a free PDF here for everyone here today. If you stayed to the end here, definitely download that PDF. It's down in the comments below. It has some great tips on how you can get a good night's sleep starting not next week, not next year, literally starting tonight. We have some awesome natural melatonin smoothies, some other great ways you can use magnesium. So definitely download your free PDF tonight, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.